Hi guys, so we'll start by making a remote control car. So the first part is the car. So when they sketch the body, if they damage the body during the program last week, you can give them a new board, either a plastic corrugated board, or you can give them a foam board. It works with both. Okay. This time around, you can just tell them to make sure that there's sufficient gaps for the wheel. You can use the axle as a comparison. Okay, or they can make pockets. To store the wheels. Okay, your students must also please ensure that there is sufficient place to screw it on. So if the car is too small, then they will not be able to do it. So the next step after that is to just simply to cut the car off with the scissors, and then we'll continue to attach the wheels to it. The process, we'll need to attach these holders with the screws provided. So there's a total of 4 holders that need to be attached on 4 different parts of the body of the car. This allows us to then attach the axles and the wheels for the process. So the screwdrivers given are many types, so you just have to put it in. I've marked the line, but kids normally do this without marking the line. They just use their instinct, which normally works at 55. Okay, so now we're going to attach the wheels to the car. Okay, so 4 wheels, 1 gear, and this one actually allows some spacing so the car moves straight the axles to give it a straight direction. Okay, so you take this in, put this into the top hole. Okay, make sure there's some gaps so this can actually turn very smoothly. Okay, and in goes the wheels. Okay, with the back one is a bit different. In the back one, I would like to put the gear in first normally. Okay, so I got the gear in already. Also over here, I put this inside. I put this over here, move smoothly. Wheels are in. Okay. So in this case, I noticed that this one, there's a bit of friction. So I just cut this off to make it better. So once you got all the 4 wheels on the car with the gear, it's very important to make sure that the cars actually move smoothly. Okay, so the car should be able to move smoothly, so there's no friction. If it's not able to move smoothly, just get the kids to make sure there's some spacing. Okay, there's a spacing in the orange color part so that there's no friction, there's less friction. Okay, to the stoppers, the orange stoppers. Okay, and make sure there's gaps between the body and the tire. There's gaps between the body and the tire. So after you get done these steps, then we can move on to the electronics, which is just slightly a bit more complicating. So it's better to fix the electronics and then only then assembly on the car than doing it and assembly the car at the same time. So you got your circuit board. So this circuit board has all the various components needed for the movement of the car. We have a motor. This actually acts as a double-sided tape, and then we have a small gear and your battery holder. The most simple part would be the gear goes onto the motor. Okay, so that's done. Okay, both the weight wires from the battery holder and the weight wire from the circuit board goes onto the switch. Okay, both goes on the switch. So one goes on the side. Okay, let's put it in and you can split it over. Okay, the wires on the battery holder is already long, but if you have your circuit board and if the wire is shorter, you can just strip off the wire with the plier, with the wire stripper or scissors, depending on your level of skills or expertise. Okay, and then the second wire goes into the middle. Okay, so just put it into the middle. Okay, down it goes. Okay, and also again, just turn it. Okay, the green and the yellow wire, okay, so these two goes to the motor. The terminal doesn't really matter. Okay, so on the motor there's some gaps, so in you go. Okay, and the black wire from the battery holder and the black wire from the circuit board connects to each other. Okay, so again, circuit board, green and yellow wire to the motor, red wires from both to the switch connected to the end and the middle, black wires into each other. And once this is done, we can actually start placing it on the car. So we start by placing in the motor. So there's a small piece of double-sided tape. Okay. So I put this over slightly smaller. Okay, so I make sure that when I place this is touching. It means both of it can turn at the same time. Okay, so once I know the position, okay, so that is done. Okay, these two parts you can just put it on top. So again, a bit of double-sided tape. Okay, we can bring it to the wheels like this. Okay, you can tape it on top of the double-sided tape. This one you can actually screw it down, or you can just tape it. Also, really doesn't matter. I like to tape it because it makes our work easier. So battery holder in the middle to give it some stability. Circuit board at the back. Okay, so this one you can just leave it on, or you can use tape just to secure it in position. Okay, this one the students can also screw it in if they want, but I won't do that for today. So remote control is a bit more straightforward. So this is the circuit board for the remote control, and this is the battery holder. You also got another small plastic board again to place remote control. So this one they can cut based on their size. So this is straightforward. The red color to red color. Okay, and the black color to black color. There's a black wire from the circuit board to the black wire from the battery holder. Okay, so once that is wrapped together, again, okay, bit of the double-sided tape. So I tape this to the front. Okay, a bit more for the battery holder. Which I'm putting at the back. Okay, so these wires can be left just like that. So these are the actual controls that controls the car. The two buttons, one will be for forward, one will be for backward, the K1 and K2. Okay, so you put in the batteries into this part already. Okay, you get your car here. Okay, so again, putting in my battery. Okay, not moving, so I turn my switch on. So, okay. So if it's not working, sometimes you do adjust the position, okay, to make sure that this is touching. Okay, so you can see when I press this one, it moves. Okay, so once you got both the parts working, at times you must just adjust the position of the motors and the battery. It's also very important to make sure that these parts are aligned. If it's not aligned, then it will not move in a straight line. So I made mine not aligned purposely in the very beginning, because I got a very small workspace, and as you can see, okay, and your remote control car is done. Okay, students can actually take back this car, use a new foam board to rebuild the model. They can also spend time to make the parts all aligned together, and of course they can use things like masking tape to tidy up the wire to make sure there's no short circuit or other wires in contact. Hope your kids have fun doing it. See you guys around. Take care.